Hello Claudia, try and go to Google and search for bulk import AdWords. You will find some videos that, especially if you go also to YouTube and search for the same thing, you will find some videos that explain how this works. In general, it's an easier way to import many words, and yeah, but there's certain things that we have to learn. I did it a couple of times, and it's not difficult, but in the beginning we will make a couple of mistakes that we will need to adjust. But try and read some of the things that are here, and also if you find this link, prepare a CSS file, CSV file, then you can go to this Google page that it will explain how it's done. If you click on this link right here, you will download an example file from Google, how they suggest that we do. If we make a CSV file that has a campaign as the title here, and then with the campaign name, then Google will take the first and set up the campaign, and it will say what is the daily budget, 100. What is the language, this. Who are we targeting? Search partners and display. So this it should be able to figure out, but there's always some small issues about should we use semicolon or commas, but those are easy to fix afterwards once we have the file ready. So then down here, now we keep on using the same name for the campaign, and in that way Google AdWords will know this is that campaign. But in the next line we don't create it, we simply set up the location for it, and then some lines further down we set up the ad group. This one is the first ad group line, and here we define some other things, placements and stuff, and then a couple of lines further down we will add the keyword. Please notice that all these things can't work if we add them in one line. That doesn't work. We can't combine these in these lines. So that might sound a little bit confusing, but I often exclude many of these things. I probably set up the campaign in the Excel file, but I would often take some of these columns and just take them out and then manually add it later. I can explain that, but I think what you need to do is have pretty much the structure here. Try and fill out as many informations as you can, but some of them we might delete to make it easier to import it and then add it manually later. I hope that this makes sense. I can explain a little bit more. I used the link I sent to you, keyword mixer, and then I went to our party bands page, and here I simply copied the categories, and then I copied the Bundesländer. I put the categories in here, the Bundesländer here, and then I just press combine. If we wanted to make sure, now I can't remember if we want to go to the, is it brackets or is it quotes? I can't remember. I think it's brackets. Let's try. So brackets, I think if, maybe you know this better, but I believe it's if we want to hit only that word. So we could experiment with that, and then is it also down here without it? No, it's not. Now it's only brackets. Okay. I also want it without, no quotes. Is that one? Then we have one with no quotes, and now we have one with brackets. Okay. So you can experiment with this, but the general idea is now you can take this Tango Bands Baden-Württemberg, copy it, go to your Excel file, and then put it in under keywords here, and then they will all be there. Somewhere here we also define, that's in these lines. You can see they also have separate lines where the keyword is not defined, but where we define the headline of the ad, and we define the first description line and Yeah, and so on. And so on. So here is something that makes it a little bit tricky. Maybe. I don't know how big your experience is with Excel. But what could be great in case you want in the description line to use the word, for example, a Bundesland. I don't know if you have experience with combining things in Excel, but that can be an amazing tool, and I can actually show you how you do that. Let me see. I will just stop this video and send you this video, and then I will make a new video where I show you that thing.